Okay, Grandma, where did you grow up?
Grandma grew up in Jefferson City, Missouri. I lived here all my life.
What was your first major accomplishment in life?
Probably my first major accomplishment was just being able to go to college after graduating in high school. And then from college, Grandma graduated and she taught school. She taught at Lincoln University, and then she taught for Memorial Hospital, which is now Capital Region Hospital.
What was your favorite experience so far?
My favorite experience so far, wow, it's having grandchildren. I'm so lucky. I have 2 grandchildren. My firstborn grandchild was Tyler Wolken-Mealy, and then Grandma had Addison.
Did you enjoy any of those jobs? If so, why?
Did I enjoy the jobs that I had? I enjoyed them very, very much. The first job I had was teaching at Lincoln University, which I told you, and not only was I able to teach college students, but I was also able to teach preschool because they had an early childhood care center, and Grandma loved teaching there.
Who is your best friend throughout life?
Well, Grandma had lots of early childhood friends, and then my best friend that I had in high school then went to college with me, and now, even in our age that we are now, we are still very best friends.
Where did you go to college at?
Grandma went to UCM, University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg.
What was your major?
Grandma's major was elementary education with an emphasis in early childhood education.
Where was your first house?
Grandma's first house was back here in Jefferson City, Missouri.
What religion have you chosen and why?
Grandma has chosen to be Protestant, and that is with the First Baptist Church here in Jefferson City, Missouri. And why? Probably because my family life was all surrounded among Baptists. And so Grandma grew up in that situation, and she has stayed with the First Baptist Church all of her life.
What is your favorite thing to do now?
My favorite thing to do now is go to Florida and relax. Grandma loves the water.
Are you happy with the life and family you have now?
I am very happy. Grandma is so blessed to have so many wonderful family members in her life.
What are some places you've traveled?
Grandma's traveled lots of places. I've traveled all over the United States. Grandma's been to Las Vegas. Grandma's been to Texas. Grandma has been in Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. Grandma's been to Minnesota. Grandma's been to Canada. Grandma's been a lot of places. She's enjoyed them all.
Why do you refer to yourself as Grandma?
Because I have such wonderful grandchildren.
Where have you gone for family vacations?
For family vacations, Grandma went to Minnesota and Canada a lot because my dad was an avid fisherman, and then Grandma decided as she got older she really wanted to go to Florida, so I've been to Florida a lot. We've been to Branson, Missouri on family vacations. Those are 3 of the outstanding places that Grandma has gone for family vacations.
How was your family life?
My family life was wonderful. I had a great dad and I had a great mother who were always, always interested in all of my activities, and so because I was an only child, it seemed like everything revolved around me.
Did you have any siblings?
No, I did not. I did not have any siblings at all. Grandma was just an only child.
What did your family do for events?
For events, one of the fun events was being able to have family reunions in the summertime, and that included all of the Mealy family, and everybody would come, and they had been gone from each other for usually a year, and so everybody caught up and could tell about their families and all the things that were going on in their lives. So that was really fun.
Where did you get married?
Grandma got married here in Jefferson City, Missouri, where I grew up, and we were married at the First Baptist Church.
Who was your first and or only husband?
My first and only husband is Wolken-Mealy, and he was the boy next door. He had such a big, long commute to get to Grandma's house.
Did you have any kids?
We did. We had one son, and his name is Matthew William Mealy.
How long have you been retired?
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if you want to call it retirement, but when Matthew was born, Grandma decided that she probably would only have one child, and so I wanted to be sure that I could spend lots of time with him, just as my parents did, and so the last full-time job Grandma had was in the year 2000.
Where did you go to high school?
Grandma went to high school at the Jefferson City High School, and I had 3 years there, and my freshman year was at the Simonson School.
Where and when was your first dance?
My first dance at JC, Jefferson City High School.
What is your favorite holiday and why?
My favorite holiday is Christmas. And I know that probably my mom instilled in me that Christmas was the most wonderful holiday that we could have. We had music throughout the house. My mom decorated, and sometimes it was just a decoration that was nothing, and she turned it into something wonderful. And she decorated early, and so now Grandma starts her decorations right after Halloween, and it includes all the family, and we always had really big Christmas Eve family get-togethers. And now that tradition has continued at Grandma's house, and then it continues into Christmas Day, and sometimes your grandpa feels like we should just open a banquet center.
When did you get your first car?
Grandma got her first car when she graduated from college.
Where was your first vacation?
My very first vacation was at Table Rock Lake here in Missouri. And I was really, really tiny, but as I told you, my dad loved to go fishing, so we had to make that an event.
When did you first decide what you want to do with your life?
When I was in high school, I was very interested in teaching. I was also very interested in nursing. And Grandma originally thought that she would get her teaching degree and then go to nursing school so that I could be a pediatric nurse. But that didn't happen, and I turned out and changed my mind, and I was just the elementary education teacher.
What is your favorite pet so far?
My favorite pet is a cat. Grandma loves cats. And when she was growing up, her first cat was a cat that was black with white paws by the name of Sandy.
Who was your favorite teacher in all your middle school and high school years?
In my middle school and my high school years, I had lots of different teachers, and they were all outstanding and they were all good, but you know, you always have that one that is very special. And so Grandma would probably have to say it was one of her math teachers that she loved the most. And then, you didn't ask me this, but in college, my very, very favorite professor was my early childhood education professor.